So what I'd like to do now is just show you how to create some graphs in Excel. So we'll take the values we just created, questions 4 and 5, chapter 12, page 369, and it's pretty easy. All we're going to do is select quantity column, variable cost, and total cost. We'll start with these. And so we've selected 3 columns, and you might say, well, how does Excel know what to do? So it's kind of interesting. It's going to assume that your first column is your X value for the type of chart that you usually want to use. So if you go to Insert, and you're going to see Charts, and you'll look for Scatter Chart, and a scatter chart puts an X, one of those columns in the X axis, the other one in the Y axis. And so if I use points with a curve, so this one's just points, this one's no points but a curve, this one's straight lines with no points, but I'm going to use this one, smooth lines and markers, points on it. And so here it gives you, let me just move this over, let me just reduce it a little bit. Here it gives you 2 lines, and it's pretty clunky looking. So if I just select the line, actually if I just select the graph, it tells you, if I just click on the graph, it tells you in purple, this one, this is my x-axis, 0 to 10,000, and then these 2 are what I'm putting on the y-axis. Okay, and I can actually change this. I can move this around, and then it gets rid of the other one, right? So this is just my variable cost. And if I put it back, it gives me the total cost, right? And if I wanted to extend it to average variable cost and create a lot of chaos, I could do that. But I just want the variable costs and the total cost curves. So there's several things I should show you. Notice it gives me Series 1, Series 2, but I'm going to just first of all make these less clunky, and I can format the data series. So I could change the markers. I can change the change these to maybe circles or dashes or triangles or diamonds. Let's do circles, and I'm going to reduce the size to 2. And you'll see over here that now the size of the markers are smaller. And if I increase it a little bit, and I could do the same thing with the other series, but I can change the line color as well. I choose solid line. It does blue, and it keeps the markers red. But I could change to a different tone of red. So then I can change the transparency of it. Okay. And then the line style. You could just play around with these on your own. So if I just leave it like that, and then let me just change this one. I right click and then format data series. I want to change size. Color of the line. Okay. But if I want to change the name of the series, I can go here and then select data. And when you bring up the select data, it's a very sensitive panel here. But I want to be very careful. I want to select series 1 and then edit. You can edit the series, and it will ask me for the series name. And so we know series 1 is the variable cost, so let me just call it VC. Okay, and then it's going to change it to VC. So the blue line is VC. And then series 2, I'm going to edit series name, and I'll make that my total. Notice my total cost, so it's TC. Okay. Okay, so now I have named each of the graphs. If I wanted to add axes, I can go to the Design or Layout and Axes Titles, and then I could display the axis title below. Okay, so I have that one. And then for the vertical axis, I can do on the side or on the top, horizontally, and I can move it around. This will be my total costs and my variable costs, and this will be my quantity of output, or just quantity of DVDs. Okay, and so that's the basics. And you can change, if you look at the layout or the format and the designs, there's a variety of designs you can choose from. So it's even actually more advanced these days. This is an older version of Excel, and so you have more options these days. It's basically the same. Okay, so that's the total and variable costs, and let's just do the average variable and average total. Okay, and then marginal cost. So in this case, what I want to do is select the quantities. Actually, I probably want to start with 1,000. And then I'm going to hit Control. Okay, so you can't see this on the screen, but I'm holding down Control to select other columns. Okay. And then let go of Control, and then I'll go to Insert, Scatter, and let's do the same format. And it gives me, again, very clunky by default, very clunky looking cost curves. And I'm going to just try to format the entire Actually, let me see if I can just do it through design. Layout. Okay, so you can see that the green line is your marginal cost, the blue line your average variable cost, and the red line your average total cost. You can go in and edit the format of these and make it look nicer, and then change the axis title and such. But what I would like to do is show you how to take these and then put them into a document. So Excel is nice in that you can take what you produce in it and just transfer it easily to Microsoft Word. So I'm going to take this graph and cut it, and then I'll go to Microsoft Word, and I can paste using the destination, that is the Microsoft Word formatting. I could keep the formatting from Excel, or I can link to the Excel file. And so there's a variety of ways of pasting it, and you should experiment with it. But the easiest one is the first one. And then once you have it in Word, you can sort of manipulate it on your own, and then add text around it. Figure 1. This is my ATC, AVC, and marginal cost for questions 4 and 5. Okay. And then if you wanted to add the table, you could say, I want to copy those values, and then go to Excel, and then Excel will let you paste different varieties again. Okay. Let you paste basically the table, and then you can manipulate the table in Excel. Okay. So if you happen to just want the ABC, ATC, and marginal cost corresponding to figure 1, then you can delete these, and then you have your table, just the quantity of output in the ABC, ATC, and marginal cost, the values used in the creation of